My name is Carmela Velarde. I'm a member of the Million Mom Movement Council, and I'm super excited to be here with everyone. Thank you for those in the replay who are taking the time to watch this as well. This is our second official Business Power Hour for the Million Mom Movement. And to my understanding, the reason why we had created this is because we wanted to support those who are scholarship recipients. And for those of you who do not know, this is a really great overview of what the Million Mom Movement is and what we do. We do offer 4 scholarships a month. And what is that scholarship? It's where you're awarded $2,500 worth of free superfoods based on economic need. So you do have to have a desire to accept mentorship. You have to have a desire to build your own business. And there is an application. You can come on as a sponsor, but you would have to have an upline diamond to also assist you with the application for the sponsorship. So there is a free launch pack that you're awarded, which is really exciting to be offering this. And to date, we've have over $100,000, I believe. I can't recall the amount. Maybe Rachel, you know the exact number we're at today?
Yes, well, we've been able to award 54 to date. So I believe that's $130,000. So, wow.
Yeah, I knew it was over 100,000. So thank you for the numbers. It does put it into reality. And we're here because we are offering the field some training about how we are going to lead with the Million Mom Movement. What is the Million Mom Movement? A lot of people don't know what it is. So I'd love to share a little bit about that. And let me share my screen. Okay. Just expand this a bit. Okay, here we go. So, well, like I said, I'm new to the council and I'm really proud to be a part of this incredible movement inside of Purium. It's a movement within the movement. So just to give a little bit of background about who I am, this is my story. I have a business story that spans from 6 years ago when I had started my very first Purium cleanse, a 10-day cleanse in 2014. I was a mom on a mission myself. I had my second child, and I've had leaky gut my entire life. And it had been a condition that I had struggled with so much for the past 3 decades. And I had done 1 cleanse, and I had already been eating organic, but I had not known anything about glyphosate. I had not understood the detriment of the chemicals that are in our foods. I didn't understand how this cleanse was so different than another. I just started like most of you, because I wanted to try something new. And I saw it was all organic. It was grown from the farm, brought to your doorstep. And I invited 6 of my very dearest friends to share it with me. So my husband and I always cleanse together. And I invited the 2 godparents of my kids, my 2 besties, and we all went on this journey. And 6 years later, they're still my customers. They buy the lifestyle. They love the lifestyle just as I do. Only 1 of the 6 actually became a brand partner, but I was able to hit the first rank of diamond when I was living in the Philippines. So I know that's not the typical story, which is why I like to highlight it, is that you can really literally work your whole business from your phone. You can do anything through your phone. And as long as you have Wi-Fi and you have a will, a desire, you can really find a way to share this and to grow as a leader. And then I moved back from the Philippines because I had such an incredible experience with the cleanse. I had wanted to come to the first convention. That was the number 1. And when I came, I brought my son, who was only 9 months old at the time. And I said, this is the company that I think is going to revolutionize the way people see nutrition. And I want to be a part of that. I want to be part of a movement where people are educators. And in that first convention, I saw a man named Jeffrey Smith. He was one of the foremost advocates in the world against GMO. And he moved me. He talked about the chemicals in food and how they colors in the food damage the synapses of the brain. So many of the foods that we feed our children have these food colorings. And so to me, it was, wow, it was a cleanse, but there's so much more education to be learned from a company that stands for something, stands for education. So I was able to move back to New York City. Then I moved to Pennsylvania, where I am currently at. These are my children. I have a 9-year-old and a 7-year-old, Katana and Neo, my husband, Anthony. And I'm a mom on a mission. I'm now a stay-at-home mom. During quarantine, I used to work with, for the past 3 years, adults with special needs, specifically autism, because I knew the connection of the gut brain and autism. And I wanted to be a part of the solution by talking directly to the people who I can influence. And so here's a before and after picture that I just had last month. So yes, I still continue on this lifestyle and I love it. It is so, so important to share your journey, share with your friends and family what's possible. And I really feel that if you are the product of the product, you are the messenger of this amazing opportunity, then you can definitely become part of our movement. So in 2020, I became a council member. And so what is this Million Mom movement? So we are a movement dedicated to, there are 1,000 or more of us, actually there's over 4,000 of us if you join the pledge on the website, millionmommovement.info. Please go and check it out if you have not yet. Share it with friends because they can too sign the pledge. And we are in 100 or more communities. And we're committed to impacting 10 families each. And this is the goal. This is the goal of the crowns, the colored diamonds. When you're starting this mission, you want to impact families and friends around you to eat cleaner and greener. Cleaner meaning understanding what not eating organic is like, what the detriment of that is, and educating people about that. And then greener, becoming more primarily plant-based, if not entirely, because there's a lot of health benefits because of that, and it's been proven. And so hashtag, we are the Million Mom Movement. It's not about just the top leaders in the whole company. If you are on the mission and you are sharing, you're a part of this movement. We need you. We need each and every voice in the community to take a stand and tell people to vote with their dollars. Vote with their dollars for a company that knows the difference of what is an ingredient and what is a fake ingredient that's marketed to be healthy or natural. And companies that even tout to be organic are not as pure. And there's many mom blogs that I've been a part of that have shown that some of the most organic and well-known products that are even sold in Costco have a lot of traces of chemicals in it. So it's very good to understand that being a part of sharing the education is being part of the mission, being a part of the movement. And we do have Facebook and Instagram pages. There's a wonderful woman on our council, Naiva Flore, who is our social media maven. She helps us to get out in social media and have a voice, have a presence. So share, invite friends to the Facebook pages. We have an official one and one as well. There's another one as well. There's a business page and a group page, and there's an Instagram page. So you can share posts from there and hashtag Million Mom Movement on posts so that we can help to gain content for our community. And so what is offered in the Million Mom Movement? We have recipes, right? Well, besides the actual superfoods, everyone's always asking, well, how do you maintain this lifestyle? What does it look like? Can you share with me? And so across the field, we have wonderful recipes that you can add into and integrate into your organic superfood lifestyle. And because we have flex foods and because we have lifestyle meals, you can easily see then as you look in them, of course, not the desserts necessarily, if they've got maple syrup or things like this, they aren't necessarily a flex food, but things like organic chia pudding with raspberries. It's a dessert, yet it is very much a flex food. So recipes are really important to maintain the lifestyle and to keep community connecting with how we can share and visually share too. So anyone can submit it. It's on the website. We have blogs. We have wonderful articles that share about what the scholarship recipients are saying about what they've been able to gain from being a part of this incredible opportunity. We have videos, so we have an ongoing weekly Fierce Friday Zoom, and this weekly Fierce Friday Zoom is led by the chair of the Million Mom Movement, Stephanie Dawn, and yeah, the videos are wonderful, so please watch them back. We have also a family gathering, which is every other Wednesday. I believe it's till the end of quarantine, so we're closing out on that soon. But it's been so much fun, and really to gather as a community during quarantine to share healthy opportunities to connect with the community. And then, of course, the scholarship. So there are 3 tiers to this Business Power Hour. So we're really focusing this training specifically for the recipients because there are so many now, and over 50, I believe 54 you said. So then we also are going to help to teach the field how to lead with the Million Mom Movement. So the 3 tiers are mindset mastery, second is the action plan, and the third is personal development. And so mindset mastery. So for those of you who have not yet been a part of a network marketing company, this is now your industry. So we'd love to educate you about how you can now get into a flow of economic growth with your team, with your upline, and how to create a team of your own. So much about mindset mastery, mastering the mindset, is that just understand that there are two ways to go. There's a scarcity mindset and there's an abundance mindset. So whatever you think, it is true. And so what you think really is an engine for what drives you every day. And so getting to the heart of the mindset in any coaching. So we are, in fact, health coaches when we share the information. Maybe you're doing a 3-way, and I'll talk about that later. But maybe we are business coaches as well, as we grow a team of people to educate them how to grow their own businesses with the gift cards. Now, the way we think of abundance mindset is when we believe, I wrote down some notes. People who have an abundance mindset don't worry about competition. They make the competition worry about them. So you're somebody who people would want to follow. There are people who are not always thinking about who's behind you, but only looking ahead. People who lead from the front and don't care about what other people are saying because they know it's their mission, it's their business. Mind your own business. There are people who focus on the opportunity that exists, not in the fact that maybe there's too many people saturated. Who are in the nutrition product industry. We don't want to think about that. We only think about what we have in front of us and look at the positives of that. They're inspired about educating and inspiring others. So basically, to be inspired and to inspire others is the goal of being an abundant mindset person. They're okay to risk and fail. So, this is something that I find that the most successful people have failed the most. And the more no's that you get, the more success that you find. And it's so important to understand that we can't let any no's get in our way. Because if we think that everything is an opportunity to learn, you're never going to think that no is a negative thing. You'll just think of it as, well, that person's not ready. Because it's not about us. It's never about us, actually. Because we're just the messenger. If we're the messenger and we're not the actual message, you can't take things personally. And that's the beauty of being in an abundance loop. So you are at peace of mind with your money. You have a spirituality about how abundance comes to you. You also make wise choices, and you always save and portion and save wisely. Yes, it's so much about knowing that energy is also energy that you put out, but it's also money that you put out. And it's also energy that you want back in return. There's a certain law of energy, of reciprocity, it's called, where what you give and what you get back is going to be in balance. And that is true success. When you start to tip the wheel and become in the residual income stream, then you start to see all that hard work is paying off and it's snowballing. And that's the beauty of being in abundance mindsets, because when you get to that point of putting out this energy and really being a force to be reckoned with in the industry and sharing your voice, there's so many positive outcomes that come from it. And number one, it starts with gratitude. I love that that's at the top of the screen. They also like to collaborate to stay on top. They don't think that they're alone. They always believe that teamwork is the dream. And to live in your dreams means that you collaborate, because you're not alone. You don't ever see somebody who's successful all by themselves. You see them with their family, the people who help them, and they're all being recognized, and it's a party, because essentially that's what it is to be abundant and to be successful, is then to have people around you that you care and love, and they have all helped you to support you to get to that space. They're not afraid to part with their knowledge. So they want to educate. They want to be that person who is not holding it because they have a scarcity mindset. They're afraid that if a person learns their secrets or tricks of the trade, that they'll get ahead of you. No, there's somebody who wants to lend a hand. There's somebody who's going to always offer to step up if there's an opportunity to lead. So let's talk on the other side, the scarcity loop. And the scarcity loop does definitely throw people for a loop in this business. I think it definitely halts people in their track quite often. And I have tools down in the training to help us get out of these, but let's just identify them first. So a scarcity mindset is someone who looks at the glass half full. Really, it's a more pessimistic view of the world. It's that there's not enough to go around. So they're hoarders. They don't want to share their energy. They worry about competition often, right? Because there's so much looking outward that they're not able to mirror what's really going on inward. And maybe because it's not enough personal development work, not enough looking at what it is that they need to do more of in their own time, in their own life. There's somebody who's afraid of someone copying their idea. They don't want to help others. They're suspicious of others. They're afraid of being replaced. So often in other not network marketing companies, actually corporate companies, it was always a race to see who can be recognized to then be promoted. This is so common. And you know, you're not worth your job if you could find someone who will replace you. So people like to try to replace others. And it's this rat race, right? It's so negative, and it doesn't instill a good feeling about the work in general. And you forget what you're working for, because the culture of it is so negative and competitive that you tend to just not want to be part of it anymore. That's not the case with Purium. I guarantee you that. The 6 years I've been a part of the company, I've never had a more generous and amicable experience working with brand partners, with customers. It's been altogether such a lovely, I mean, this is why I'm here. It's heart-centered work. So let's talk about what this is. This is a really important topic. What is economic empowerment to you, right? What is it defined as? It's defined as being sovereign, free in our ability to financially take care of ourselves and our families. So maybe you want a family, or maybe you have a family, you want to help your husband get out of his job because it's not good. Maybe you want to be home with your children more. Maybe it's because you really need to get out of the neighborhood that you live in because it's super dangerous right now. Maybe it's that you don't have a safe car to take around. Maybe you don't have enough money to get your kids into that school that's going to help them thrive. And it really eats away at you. There's something in every one of us that you want more out of life. And there's nothing wrong with that. I tell you, everyone should want more. But truly, there's so many thoughts in my head, because I've done a lot of shamanic healing. I've done a lot of personal work and healing. And the real true necessities are health, happiness, food, a roof over the head. Now, you could want more and not feel badly about this. Why? Because the ones who have more are able to do more of what they want to do for others. And those people in Purium are usually people who want to make a difference. They're usually people who want to see this world become the new earth, to become a new paradigm of thinking. And there's a lot of spiritual growth in being a part of a transformational company, by being a transformational leader, by being a transformational coach, by sharing an opportunity that transforms lives. Economic freedom is possible with Purium. And that's the beauty. For those who are recipients, I really want you to wrap your head around the fact that you have this huge opportunity. You have the superfoods available at your tips. You have a sponsor who's there for you. They're there. They're a willing army. They came because they wanted to sponsor you. Now, how do we tap in and create this abundance? Now, I want to give everybody a moment to take a yoga breath and to close their eyes. And as you inhale, root deep, deep into your spine, down to the core, down to your seat, and whatever it is you're sitting on or standing on or leaning back on, just feel the energy connected to you. And as you're breathing, take another deep inhale and exhale. You want to imagine this sovereign life. It's this life where only you understand what your dreams are, your dreams and passions are. What does it look like? What does it feel like? We need to actually take the opportunity to explore that today, because this training is about abundance. It's about manifesting true sovereignty through your own business. I know you know what you need. What do you look like when you have that? How beautiful is the expression on your face as you feel that? What different people are around you? What things are you doing? How different is your life right now from that person? And if money were no object, think of the things and places, maybe your home, maybe the environment, your neighborhood, maybe the car, maybe the vacation, maybe the schooling. What's different? And really understand that about yourself, what you need. Understand what you need, because this is your time. We don't have a lot of time on this lifetime. We have other lifetimes, I do believe. And in this lifetime, the more karma work that you do, the work that gets you to the next step, that's what's going to lead you to this dream. So with that, open your eyes slowly, and the space that you're in now is a space of pure support and love. This is a movement, but it's such a nourishing, beautiful movement, full of beautiful training, and the community is here to support you. And this economic empowerment, this sovereign empowerment that I hope to instill in you today, to think about, to consider how to achieve it, and to really take the steps to get there, is what you have. So there's a huge difference, and I want to talk about this a little bit with you, is the difference about being an entrepreneur and having an entrepreneur mindset, because now this sovereign environment that you see yourself in, to be an entrepreneur is to create your own reality. It's to create your own team. You can work with whom you want. This is the beauty of the Purium model. And that is the absolute truth. If you feel that somebody is negative, don't work with them. I highly say. And please, if you want to empower them because you see the truth, and a lot of people who coach others, it's because they see something, they mentor another because they see the good in what's possible for the other when they do not, and guide them to until they can see this for themselves, and use this vehicle as a self-development tool. So entrepreneurship is really the idea that you have your own business, you own your own business, you have your own superfood superstore, you have unlimited $50 gift card codes to share with family and friends. Do you know the ins and outs of your store? Do you understand what you have? And if you don't, there's a lot of training, and I'll go into that later. But definitely, if you had not yet getting started and a business overview with your upline, please make sure that you do that. If you have a team training, make sure you plug into them. But the entrepreneur mindset is that no one is your boss. No one is responsible for what's happening in your back office with your GV besides you. Yes, you're empowering your team. Yes, you're making sure that you're recruiting and bringing people into your team. So it's not often your upline to blame for something to happen. It's often you have to definitely take ownership, and it's something that you will learn over time. And something that I wanted to talk about, because we are talking about mindset, is your why. So what is your why? Is it your purpose? Is it what's really fueling your work? Well, your why has to be large enough so that any obstacle that comes your way, and like I said, if you're really going for your business, you're making a list, maybe 50, maybe 100 people in the month that you're going to be approaching for exposures, and more no's are inevitable. And those no's, are they going to be beating you down, or are you going to get through them because your why is that big that nothing is going to be, you're bulletproof, basically. Nothing's getting through and penetrating. I really believe that if you find what's your calling, that what's really I'll share mine with you. So like I had told you, my leaky gut story since childhood, it had created my activism. I knew that the medical system out there was broken. I knew that lifestyle education wasn't a possible solution for me. I looked everywhere. And so somebody's writing on our screen. How funny. Maybe it's a kid. But so I turned it into my activism, because I knew when I found Purium that more people had leaky gut and they just didn't understand what the terminology was. They were suffering like I was, but they didn't really know what to do. And so people quietly suffer, and it's just not the kind of life quality that you want people to lead. This is not the opportunity for us in the industry of health and wellness. So my background is I have had 18 years as a holistic health counselor. I've been a licensed massage therapist for also 18 years, a Reiki master, a prenatal yoga teacher, and I opened up a yoga studio from 2003 to 2010 and became a holistic hub. And in doing many programs through Ayurveda, through cleansing, I'd never found a company that was so comprehensive that helped people with very simple systems, simple systems. And so my fire was, I know what's out there. I know what's not available. And it hurts me to think how many families are suffering. And look, leaky gut is linked to autism. And the statistics right now about autism is not good. And I want to become a part of the solution. My why is, yes, to support my two children and my husband so that he can still and remain to be a stay-at-home father for them. And I can do what I love to do, which is to educate and become a leader in the superfood movement. And I believe that with a why this big, to help educate more people with the Million Mom movement, it's going to get out. It's going to become bigger, and we all need each other. So find your why, find your fire, find what lights you up, find what it is that makes you impenetrable. When somebody says, no, I understand what I have. You know what you have, and nothing's getting through your posture. You know what we have is a gift. You know what we have, no one has else to offer. So I don't know how we erase this. I really wonder. See, it's on every screen now. How funny. Okay, so I wanted to talk a little bit about sharing versus selling, because this is also part of mindset, because so many of us look at, sharing with a friend and they say, yeah, but I'm not good at selling. Does anyone get that? I don't know about you. It's a pretty big and common thing when, oh, I'm not really somebody who's good at doing what you do, and you've done it for so many years, you're the expert. Okay, well, yes, we're in the business of sales. Yes, it is a sales company because it's product and goods that we're selling. Now I want to reframe this for you, because now if you are a brand partner, you have, yes, the products that are standalone, but you also have the service, and the service is free health coaching and free business coaching. So those two things are what we're sharing. It's not, we can't sell this. People they can't buy that. They have to want it. like I said, you can't sell the lifestyle. People have to want to be a part of the lifestyle. And how do we do this? I wish we could erase this because now it's like really disturbing the picture, but there's Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube. These are common social media outlets that you can show up on. And really it's through attraction marketing. I've never seen in my 6 years of being a part of this company, being a spammy sales recruiter in any line. I've never seen that ever happen. I've only seen people who are leaders in the company come up because they are very present on Instagram Lives, Facebook Lives, on YouTube, their own channel. I've seen people recruit through LinkedIn because there's so many professionals and they educate and share videos. So I know what works. I've seen what works, and it's attraction marketing. It's what is your message and who is the audience that you most want to be listening. So many here may say other parents, other families. And it's really important to consider that, because what is your messaging about, and what is it being geared towards? And we're always just sharing. Why? Because we're educators, and it's really, really important hang on a second. I don't know if we're able to see that. We just got a little glitch.
Carmela, we're going to have to proceed without the presentation, if you can just wing it.
Yeah, that's fine too.
Sorry.
That's okay. Okay, so we do things really differently at Purium. We definitely inspire people by creating solutions for many of the different issues that we have out in the field. We have a lot of people who have gluten insensitivities, they have celiac, they have diabetes, they have heart issues. There's so many different issues. And what do we have? We have natural alternatives. And the most important thing that I always lead with is saying that my mission is to help as many people get off of prescription medication and to see food as medicine. And it's a lifestyle. It's not just one cleanse. It's a lifestyle that we're helping people to understand. And problem and solution, right? We share till the stories that we share directly with them. And it may not be a story that you have of your own, but it might be from your team. It might be from a cross-line team. So the more you plug in and learn stories to share with others, so that it's not selling, but you're sharing stories that are effectively getting to the heart of different people's problems. That's really important. And next is the entrepreneurial and success mindset. So the entrepreneurial and success mindset is that it's not the same paradigm as when I was a massage therapist. I work a certain number of hours and then I only make a certain amount of dollars. So that paradigm is pretty common. And our way of earning is as many people as I can help to learn and educate about this lifestyle. My residual income is going to be reflected on our education and our coaching. And I find that when those who are, at diamond and above, they're starting to see life-changing income come in. And it's because it's the number of people who they've built as leaders to help them through the mission. Because it's not just about you, it's how many leaders can you inspire to also duplicate you and what you're doing. When you can duplicate yourself and replace yourself, you are now earning. That's when the magic happens. And every diamond and above who's on here that's listening knows that's the magic. So get into that magic. The magic is in teamwork. And the mindset is you're the boss. You are what people are looking to. So lead from the front. You don't have to wait for anyone to tell you what it is that you should do next. Be the marketer that you want to see. Be the change that you hope to see. And you get to be it. That's the beauty of it. It's so creative. It's so fun. I know Taz is a really great example of that. She shares her recipes. I know Stephanie Dawn shares her story and she shares her healing journey. Nayeva has this amazing organic library of plants that she grows. And to me, I look at the community and I say, wow, there's so many inspiring people who are creating and building leaders. Why? Because they're just leaders in their life. You can be a leader in your life and you're literally be living the entrepreneurial mindset, but you have to be consistent. And there's nothing that is successful. No one is successful without consistency. And I see every leader that is successful, I see them. Success leaves clues. You create your business hours, you create your personal development time, you create you and own it. It's so, so important. So I'm going to move on to action plan. So this is the fun part. So as we grow in our business, what are your goals, right? We got to the heart of it, like, what is your why? What is your dream? What do you want as an entrepreneur, sovereign, free person with your business? But then what are your definitive goals? Do you know the comp plan? Do you understand what the ranks are and how to get there and what the points are, what the daily needs are? So I'm not tending to the chat as much, but can. Yes, please do come on to the, we'd love to see your faces. This is recorded. Thank you so much for being here. We'd love to see you. So there's a lot of upline accountability. So now I'm going to get to the nuts and bolts of our business, because the first part is a bit spiritual and it's really the core. However, we are business coaches. We're here to business coach you. And so the action plan is in the I Learn section. So when you sign on to the back office.mypurium.com, there's the accounting back office, and then there's the I Learn training section. I Learn training section is full of great information. Have they ever developed it this well? No, and it's amazing. I'm so blessed. We're all so blessed to have these tools at our fingertips. So make sure that every first of the month that you have that action plan printed out and then written out, because what happens when you pen it? It's not just in your thoughts. It's out of your body. It's got to be a physical manifestation, because what are we doing? We're building a business, a physical business. So we have to get it out of our heads and onto paper, pen it. And this means, what are your goals? What's your GV goal? What's your 3-month ahead goal? What's your 1-year goal? If you do not know how to fill this out, I highly suggest you walk through the comp plan with your upline on a Zoom, one-on-one or in person. The more connectivity you have with your upline support, you are going to win. We do manifest, yes, absolutely. We want to be manifestors, because look, this is a spiritual journey. It's not one way for anyone. What we have as obstacles against us is a completely different set of obstacles as the next. So we cannot emulate just another person's business, because it's not our business. It's not, their business is not mine. So this action plan is so, so important. And I've developed this way. We work in partnership. There's a 3-tier to this. And it's the monthly action plan campaign, super crucial to mastermind with your upline sponsor. 2 is the 3-way call or Zoom, another thing to absolutely master with your upline sponsor or upline, and your working Zoom list. So what is a working Zoom? The other 2 people understand, more or less. The action plan, it's downloadable in the Getting Started module in the I Learn section. 3-way calls. I hope everyone knows what 3-way call is. I hope everyone was brought in with a 3-way call or has at least hosted one. If you've not, the gist of it is, this is how I built my business. I have literally just become an apprentice. I don't know all the information when I had first started. I just did a cleanse. I did a group cleanse. I inspired people to join me. And now my story is actually technically the fast start. I did the fast start. I got my return on investment the first 10 days of enrolling. And when I got my money back, I made more than that. I made an additional $350 on top of that. So I got my products paid for my husband and I got more money on top of it. Who wants to do that? So the fast start is a really great understanding. How are you going to know all of this unless your upline is sharing it with someone that you're introducing to this business? How? You won't. You're just doing the do's. You're just listening to your upline because you trust that there's a system in place. You trust that it's not a person-specific training, it's a system-specific training. And the more you get into the nuts and bolts of the system, wow, you're gonna be really powerful in the connection. So the more you connect and say, I have this incredible person who is my business partner now. She's an incredible health coach. She can answer all of the questions that I know you're going to have because she's been with the company for X, Y, and Z years. And I really cannot wait for you to meet her. You've got to take advantage of this opportunity because she's super busy. When can you meet today or tomorrow? That's a three-way call connect. And ideally, if you do it on Zoom or FaceTime, they see each other. And it's so important because it takes out so much. Because if you're just on a phone call, you don't see each other. If you're just texting, it doesn't do the job. You want to connect people because you learn so much about your friends, let me tell you, through a three-way call. Because we get to the heart of what is your health goal? What is your business goal? Where are you in your life? It's a serious coaching call, guys. And if you get really good, if you're already a coach and you want to be this, then grow a team, enroll some people and do it for them. If that's your bag, then get to a place where you have a team to coach. And then, yes, right? Grow a team, because if you want to be that leader, then you have to. So then the working Zoom. So I coined this with my team because we used to do the 5, 4, 3, 2. So we get on a group Zoom and have people come on, and we go through 5 new invites on social media, 4 new reach outs from our database, and then 3 follow-ups, etc. So it's really, really important that you have some structure to how you work with your team. And a working Zoom is so many people. Look at this list of people who they want to approach, and they don't know what to send. They don't know what to say. So if you're the upline, you can say, well, tell me about this person. Why Purium for them, right? And then you say, they tell you what the answer is. Because by them getting it out of their body, speaking it into existence, they're actually creating the solutions for themselves. That's a true coach. If you can draw out the information from them and they're responsible for their business because they're the ones making the approach, then they are working their list. You're just assisting. So those are the 3 ways: the action plan, 3-way calls, and the working Zooms. Now, how do we lead with the Million Mom movement, right? I think that's why most of us are on. Well, you take these mom and parent conversations and you turn it into action. How do you do that, right? Because look, we're all having conversations. In every family gathering, someone is talking about their health. Somebody is talking about not feeling well or wanting more, something. Now you want to take that conversation and then get them to a point where now they're a part of your understanding for activism, which is eating cleaner and greener, right? It's a really simple mission statement. Now, why can't you get on board with having less chemicals and understand the importance of an organic lifestyle? Understanding that there is glyphosate sprayed on 75% of the food in America, that it is in most fossil fuels, that people who lived in my old town in New York City were getting all the COVID cases because they were right between the 2 airports, and how it's like, why is it that prevalent? Watch Poisoning in Paradise. Understand that there's something to share here. And if you can turn these conversations into, hell yeah, yes, this is not okay. This is a not okay situation, and I need to find a way to become a part of the solution. Well, that's great. That's what we want. You're part of the movement now. If you can convert these conversations into activism, get them to sign the pledge, get them to our Fierce Friday call, get them to connect with your upline mentor, right? Get them to understand you have a superfood superstore, right? Own what you have. Know that what you have can create the solutions for so many. And I mean, this is the time, guys. This is the time when people are aware of immune health. People are aware of the poisons. Okay, and when things get back to normal, of course, host events, right? And now how, the nuts and bolts, how do you create conversation? I lead with glyphosate as a problem. I also use this acronym called FORD, Family, Occupation, Recreations, and Dreams. Get to the heart of people. If you don't know who you're talking to, you're never going to be able to solve their solutions and get to the heart of what they can look at. Now, remember, we're selling a dream. We're selling an opportunity to be much bigger than they are, to expand their brand. Maybe they have a brand. Oh, you're a fitness personal trainer. Wonderful. Do you have a nutrition component? Oh, you're a holistic practitioner. You must have so much influence over your client base. Do you have a nutrition program? They're just an average family person. would you love to add an income stream during these times? I know a lot of people are looking into it, and I have one that I'd love to take you a look at, for you to take a look at it. And educate through these wonderful films. There's Poisoning Paradise, Game Changers, Forks Over Knives, and What the Health. Those are my favorites. Oh, thank you so much, Catherine. Yeah, so we have to get active. We have to share our activism. And if we can get them on board with our heart, remember, we're a heart-centered company, and we can be easily, because, you know, yes, we're a sales company, but until we get the yeses, how many times do you have to like have a person touch a piece of information before they can sell, right? The impulse of a purchase is based on their emotions, their feelings, and get to their heart. Family, occupation, recreation, and dreams. So Natalia, this is how I ask people kind of get to the heart of who they are. So what, let's see, what can I say? How are your children? How old are they now? What schools did they go to? Are you happy with them? Right? You're asking questions to go deeper. Why? Because now we are we put ourselves into a different role, a consultant role. Because when we're a coach, now they're able to, we can impact them. We want to create impact. Occupation. How's your job during these times? Are you actually able to go in? Have there been any setbacks with your husband's career? Recreation. Are you able to go on that vacation that you said you wanted to go? Have you ever gone on it yet? Where are some places that you want to take the kids? You know, you just want to get conversation, right? Because you also will unravel problems. And in unraveling problems, you're now getting to their pain points. The pain points are going to be your in to creating a solution, right? Well, I have an opportunity that I'd love to share with you that we can work together, and I'd love to spend more time with you. And then dreams. Well, you know, how often does anyone ask you about your dream? Isn't that an interesting question in general? Because who's allowed to dream, right? Who's even allowed to in this day and age? It's just not discussed, because it's usually those people who are like, you know, they're multimillionaires. Only they get to create the space stations and whatnot. But no, we are average people. I'll talk about this in the later part, but the soft skills are really important to learn, the communication skills.
Carmela, I'm sorry, I have to interject for a moment here. You're doing so amazing. And reminder, we have another call in 10 minutes. Mm-hmm. So we need to start winding it down. And you might recall I forgot last month. So I'm sort of the alarm here for you, Carmela.
Perfect. And I was just getting to the resources to plug into, which is a really great way to then tie and plug in. So Stephanie did host last month, and we will be hosting once a month. And to plug into our, like I had said, our weekly Friday training. It's every Friday at 2 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Pacific. They will be also on our text message service. So if you have not yet received that and plugged in, text the word Purium to 55678. Definitely download the Purium app if you're new to Purium. There are pages that are really important to plug into if you want to be leading with the Million Mom Movement, which are the Purium Tribe, Purium Pregnant Nursing and Postpartum Group. So if you have pregnant mamas, nursing mamas, postpartum mamas, put them in there. Even the dads get a lot of nutrition education. The Million Mom Movement official page, Facebook, and on Instagram. There are prospecting Zooms. Now this is supposed to be during the COVID time. Yes, hashtag Million Mom Movement. Amy and Dave lead these prospecting Zooms Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 11 a.m. Pacific. And they are always with a testimonial for a business success story. So really great training for just new people in the business needing to get the verbiage, getting the words to wrap their heads to share, and bring your prospects on and then follow them on the Zoom. Say, are you watching? What did you think about business testimonial? That's actually somebody whom I know. Be connected to your team. You have to hold their hands. And this is the nourishing part. A lot of us are nurturers here, heart-centered leaders. So it's super important to hold their hands, even through these promotional Zooms that we can put prospects onto. Every Tuesday, it's for brand partners. So all the recipients, please be on this Zoom. It's every week on Tuesday, 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific. Purium Permalinks, another great link to put things in the cart as you're talking to people. Recommending can't beat this, can't barley juice powder, whatever you want to put in people's carts as you're chatting with them on the phone, and then send them the link. You put your code in and they can purchase it just from the link, just from your conversation. So explore that link. Super, super important. And I want to leave this with personal development. So personal development that I find that's absolutely essential is, if you have not yet already read the Green Food Bible or The Toxin That Came to Dinner. The Toxin That Came to Dinner will give you an activism voice just by reading it. You will understand why we get so fired up about the toxicity in our foods and the detriment it does to our health. Gut health is true health because our immune system relies on it. 70% of our gut microbiome is very much connected to our immune system. Now, soft skills that we all need to improve on as leaders in the company, verbal and written skills. How do we develop this? Take a public speaking class. Start to really integrate with social groups. Be a part of, be an active listener. This is really important. And imitate the mentors. The more things that you can plug into, you're able to then create the verbiage around being the leader for others. If you have one person on your team, you're still a leader. So look, create this team that you want. Create the community that you, and the culture that you desire. Teamwork, really important part to growing as an entrepreneur, becoming a sovereign leader, is lending a hand in your team, really being there for them. And there are some books that I wanted to share on my slides that I always use for personal development with network marketing. And Jim, what is it? Eric Worre's Go Pro. The Magic of Thinking Big by David Schwartz. The Compound Effect by Darren Hardy. Goodness me. That's it for now. I'd really love to open up the call to hear from anyone who has any questions, feelings, thoughts about this training. Just unmute yourself and come off.
I just have some housekeeping. So if you are a recipient or an upline, you now have to email support@millionmommovement.info in order to place your next month's orders. So we do have to free up this line for Dave and Amy's call. So please join them, stay on the line, or join them in 5 minutes.
Thank you, Rachel. Yes, go ahead, Catherine.
Aloha, Carmela.
Aloha.
Carmela.
Yes, hi.
My first divine time to hear your voice, and yo, respects. You have all of the information and you tell it so beautifully. Thank you so much. I feel like a proud auntie. Yeah. So I'm inspired. I took so many notes, and I just I give thanks for your presence and your clarity, and I'm a proud auntie. We have a very important mission that we're on, and we need all the peoples to understand and take the message forward. And I so appreciate and honor your clarity. Thank you so much.
Thank you for that reflection. It takes one to know one. I know you're here because you are on that as well. I know. I can see you, and I really accept and receive that reflection, Catherine.
It's our time to shine, and you're shining super bright. And yeah, respect, and thanks to all of the opportunities for all of us to share the divine blessings our leaders, our followers, and all of the information coming in. It's such an important path that we're on, and all strength to all warriors. Give thanks.
Absolutely. Thank you for sharing your energy tonight. It's much appreciated. Okay, it says we're going to get kicked off. But any last words anyone would like to share? Sorry.
I'm so sorry for the doodling. I do apologize. I feel really bad. I'm sorry.
Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you so much for all the information. Thank you.
Oh, my pleasure. Thank you for being here.